Sairam, my dear students, in the previous session we discussed the problems of India. One of the problems was unemployment that we discussed, and another one is corruption. But in the today's class we are going to discuss another major challenge and problem of India, that is discrimination. Discrimination. Yes, discrimination based gender, caste, region is more evident in India. See, discrimination based on gender, based on caste and region, that is more evident and more present in India. Indian society is made up of patriarchal values. Patriarchal values means the father is the head of the family, father. That means male dominate, male dominate, male dominate family or male dominant society. Automatically it discriminates the role of women. You know that if you trace the history, we can see the role of women. Kittur Rani Chennamma, Aruna Asaf Ali, Rani Abbakka, Madam Kama, Sarojini Naidu, Indira Gandhi. See, these women were phenomenal. They were phenomenal. We cannot deny their role. But even today, we are denying the role and we are denying opportunity for women, because Indian society is made up of patriarchal values. Tande ellavu, tande nama hero, tai hero Allah. See, our mother is confined only to kitchen, to prepare food and to wash the vessels and clothes. That's all. Even today we are thinking that only. That is the discrimination. The true discrimination begins at home only. But we don't know the role of woman. We don't know the role of our mother, our sister. And hence inequalities are there between men and women in our society. Government of India has undertaken various measures to overcome from this discrimination, gender-based discrimination. That means providing reservation in education and employment, and along with providing reservation in elections and local bodies to overcome this gender discrimination. 33% reservation for women in local body elections were given. That is very nice development. That should be implemented even in Vidhan Sabha and Lok Sabha. Then only we can see the role of women. This is gender-based discrimination. Then it has, you know that in the local bodies it has reserved 1/3 of the seats in local elections. That is one of the developments. In Karnataka, 50% of reservation has been given to women in local body elections. With these measures, efforts are on to end the discrimination prevalent between genders. Here, the discrimination based on caste, based on gender, based on region. And some measures were taken by the government to overcome the gender discrimination. Can you list out them? Can you list out? What are the measures taken by government to overcome gender discrimination? Today's first question. Today's first question. Just like gender discrimination, caste-based discrimination is evident in India. Caste-based. This is also a stigma in Indian society. This is very big challenge to India. Caste system is gift to Indian political system from the ancient social system. You know that is based on Varna system. Here, this type of, this pyramidal structure of society, actually it is gift to political system, today's political system. They are encashing the weaknesses of the caste system. And many measures have been undertaken in the constitutions itself to prevent caste-based discrimination. For example, right for equality, right for freedom have been included in the sections of 3 of the Indian Constitution. See, caste-based discrimination, though there is protection from Constitution, still it is prevailing, still it is prevalent in our society. The right for equality, the right for freedom have been included in our Constitution, the section 3 of the Indian Constitution. But caste system has continued to live even after all the efforts. Even today means we are living in 21st century, and 2021 it is still evident in our society. That is the stigma, and it is dark spot in Indian society. This cannot be solved only with the legal intervention. See, if you enforce the legal, that divide the people once again it divides. In order to eradicate this evil system, the society also needs to prepare itself to accept the challenge and accept the change. Society has to change. Our mind has to be broadened. See, our view has to be broad. Then only we can see casteless society. See, in order to eradicate this system, the society also needs to prepare itself to accept the change and challenge. Are you ready to accept the challenge? Yes, this is one of the discriminations. Already we discussed it, gender discrimination, then caste-based discrimination. Here, you know that Indian society seems to be pyramidal in shape. You know that Varna system, Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra. This is the pyramidal structure still existing. That has to be wiped out, and we have to establish equality. All are equal. Without considering their caste, region, religion, gender. We are all one. We are all Indian. That has to be inculcated. But for this, we need large heart. Then, regional equality is one of the problems of India. Regional, that is also one of the discrimination. Regional inequality, that is called regionalism. Regionalism or regional inequality. What is this? Regional inequality is like gender and caste inequality. See, it is posing a big challenge to India. And it is not only posing the big challenge to India, it is challenge for the very unity of India. Some regions of this country have achieved a lot of progress in all the sectors, while many parts have remained backward. For example, if you go Hyderabad, Karnataka, Bidar, Yadgir, Gulbarga, these districts are still backward. There are some reasons, there are some political reasons also there, but I will tell later. In order to remove all these inequalities, the Article 371 has been amended A to J. Here, regional inequality we are talking about, you know. Here, already I mentioned Yadgir. When you compare to Bangalore, Mysore, Yadgir is still backward. Economically, financially, academically, and industrial wise, very backward. Still, the poverty level is still below poverty level. So many people are living below poverty line. At the same time, if you come to Bangalore urban and Bangalore region or rural, it is more developed when you compare to Yadgir, Gulbarga and Koppala, these districts. Why? But there are some reasons. Yadgir, Koppala, Gulbarga, Bidar were under the control of Hyderabad Nizam. At the same time, Mysore, Bangalore and Hassan, Mandya were under the control of Mysore Wadayars. These Mysore Wadayars are progressive princely states in those days. They built KRS, Kannambadi, KRS, Krishnaraja Sagara, then power project at Shivanasamudra, power project at Linganmakki, iron and steel industries at Bhadravati, cement factory at Bhadravati, sugar factories at Mandya, then paper mills at Mandya and Bhadravati. They have started many industries. Thus, these regions economically developed. When you compare to Yadgir, Gulbarga and Bidar, these days, Koppal. But whatever it may be, still they are backward. Now it is time to develop these states, develop these regions. This is regional inequality. In order to remove such inequalities, the Article 371 has been amended. 371, Article 371 has been amended from A to J. A special consideration has been given, special consideration. Through these amendments, backward regions have been given special status. Today, those who have studied in these Hyderabad Karnataka region, they were given special reservation in engineering and employment and some other cases. Okay, this is the, in spite of all these measures, the regional inequalities problem has grown to such an extent that many are demanding independent state status. Yes. For example, if you come to northeastern states like Arunachal Pradesh, Sikkim, Mizoram, Manipur, these states are still poor. At the same time, Bangalore, Mumbai, Delhi, Kolkata, these states have made remarkable progress when you compare to these states. When you come to northeastern states, their infrastructure is very poor. Then how can they get job opportunities? How can they get employment opportunities? If you are not able to provide infrastructure to them, how can you develop industries? How can you develop agriculture? How can you generate employment? How can you give education? This is not possible. So, voice is rising for separate state, separate nation. Now it is time to revive the policies, and we have to consider them, and we have to give them some more opportunities in the mainstream. In the mainstream, we have to give that. Otherwise, there is no other go. One or another day, these people will revolt. This is regional inequality. And in the light of all these developments, there is an urgent need to eradicate regional imbalance of the country as early as possible. That is, in Karnataka, in order to address, in order to change, or in order to bring about changes in regional inequality, regional imbalance, a committee headed by Dr. D.M. Nanjundappa has given a special status report on various measures needed to solve the regional imbalance. That report was given in the year 2001, one of the famous economists, D.M. Nanjundappa. Accordingly, we have taken some more measures. Some of the most backward regions of Karnataka have been accorded special status by adding Article 371J. In that way, government is trying to overcome from the regional inequalities and caste-based system, about caste-based inequalities and gender-based inequalities. Students, I hope you will go through my video and go through the textbook. Don't waste your time. There is no exception for wasting time. You know that. Adike exception alla ilve illa. Go through the videos and textbook. Sai Ram.